Hey guys, what's going on? It's David from Monetary Ocean, and this is my June recap and July goals video. So coming out the gate, I knew I had set pretty high but also achievable expectations for myself, but literally within the first week of June, I had some personal affairs that happened, and that kind of threw me off my game just week one. I was still able to meet a lot of the goals I was, shooting for, but that kind of threw me off kilter. Then the next week I was on vacation. I already knew that, and I was sick the entire time I was on vacation, and this prevented me from doing some other things that I was hoping to do while I was on vacation. So basically, I was able to hit my main goal. My main goal at all times with Amazon is my monthly units shipped. So this past month for June, it was 300 units. I blew it out of the water, 344 units, and I'm super glad I was able to. The last week, it was coming down to the wire, and I was running out of time to get all these units, so I was hitting up the outlet a lot at the beginning of the week, and I still had like 41 units I still needed to get. I go to the outlet on Wednesday or Thursday of the last week, and I was able to find over like 50 books, and it just propelled me past where I needed to go, and also a little bit of miscounting put me at that 344 mark, which is awesome for me to have all those units shipped in, and it's really starting to show. Just looking at the graph of my sales, it's pretty much consistently been sales every single day. And with this, it is, really awesome for me to see, because as I'll get into later on in this video, or actually in the next video I'm going to make, I've been selling on Amazon for one whole year now, and just thinking of where I was at mentally 1 year ago and where I'm at right now, everything is completely flipped on its head. I know so much more now than I did back then. I'm doing things way differently, going to different places that I didn't know about, that I wasn't going to, and it's just a whole bunch of things, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. I'll put a link up here somewhere, wherever it goes, and you guys can watch that video after this one. So one of my goals that I had set for myself was a sleep goal, to get more sleep. I didn't hit this goal exactly, but I did improve my sleep quality, which I'm glad about, because, even if it's a small step forward, it is just that, forward. So I don't want to be going backwards, always trying to be, keep walking forwards, because that's how you progress. Even if it's 1% a day, that compounds into something great. So my next goal for July is for sure going to be moving my average sleep per week up. As I've been doing, I've been trying to get more sleep and just go to bed earlier, and that will tie into my underlying goal for July. Another thing in June that I talked about was exercising every day, and so I was working out pretty much every single day consistently, like at the gym, and it got to the point where I started to do some landscaping, and I got an arm injury from that. So I've been transitioning from just the gym solely to also doing just kind of more cardio, like running. Every week or every night now I've been doing a walk, just to kind of clear my mind, think about new things, and just kind of think about business and life and that kind of stuff as well. So with that, I've been, regardless of if I'm like working out, like in the gym, getting swole, I am being active for at least minimum 1 hour every single day, which is a huge goal of mine, because that is kind of difficult, because, in the fast pace of, trying to run a business, trying to do this, you lose time very quickly. And if you don't take care of yourself, your body, your mental space, you'll start to fall behind, and you won't be able to keep up with the pace that you're hoping to keep up with. So being active for me is that kind of relief where I can, when I have my energy dip in the evening, I'm able to just kind of walk around the neighborhood for about an hour, think about the things I need to execute on, and, finish up for the rest of the night. And then the second I get home, it's boom, 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 get it all done, and I'm right in bed. The one big failure I had for June, and I talked about it at the end of the video, is the monthly challenge, the yoga challenge. I failed. And so basically I did it for about a week, and that was, like I talked about, I had gotten sick when I was out of town, and it just, kind of fell by the wayside, and I didn't get back into the groove of it. Sorry, Jake, I failed on that challenge. Now, I would like to talk about July. The first book I read this year, my girlfriend had given me for Christmas. It was Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's an amazing book. I recommend everyone read it. And it talks about you don't want to keep running in a circle. You want to be running in a line. So you can be working, 50-hour weeks of just sourcing every single day. But if you aren't building out an infrastructure, and if you aren't thinking of the future, you're going to keep in this hamster wheel where you're just going to be, going out every morning, grind, which is fine. You can do that, but it's not sustainable. If something were to happen to you, your business is, in the dirt, because if you're not sourcing, you're not making money, which that is, with Amazon, eBay, all types of online marketplaces like reselling, that is the underlying key. But you have to, if you're wanting to expand, you need to figure out different ways to source that don't include just you just driving around all day. And I've come to realize this, and this point I'm about to make does not come to this, but my number one goal that is just for this month and the entire rest of the year and the rest of my life is forced positivity. So this means both mentally and in my attitude and in my actions. So for an example, if something wrong is going on, the first thing is, negative thought. My first instinct is by force flip that on its head and see the positive light in it. So this is Naval. He talked about it in his Joe Rogan podcast. He absolutely forced himself to be positive no matter the situation. And this is something that I'm really starting to work on. It's July 3rd right now. So these first 3 days I've been able to, because, to start a habit, it takes time to kind of like get the ball going. And so I've definitely caught myself many times thinking of the negative, but then I've been able to catch myself and flip that around to a positive. So what I say, obviously with your attitude, like, oh, blah, 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 you want to flip that around, but also with my action. If I find myself, or if I catch myself doing something that is bad, like negative, like sitting watching YouTube videos, sometimes you get caught up, just like you probably are right now, sitting watching YouTube videos on the recommended. Keep going. I need to break that habit and then flip that into a positive thing. Usually for me, if I'm, sitting there watching YouTube videos, it's nighttime and I should probably go to bed. So that is the positive thing I would do for myself. Other things, if you're eating bad food, you want to switch that around and start eating good food. It's just that kind of thing where I want to kind of change my perspective and change my actions into a positive way. So that way I can focus on just doing this, the forced positivity, and the outcome of this will, in theory, bring me to a more active, a more progressive, state where I'm always kind of moving forward just automatically. Because once this forced positivity has, fully grabbed on, and that is my entire view on life, I don't see any other way of me like wasting time or being negative or any of that kind of stuff. I only see the ball just continually rolling. With that is my personal goal of both July and the rest of the year. My business goal, one of my biggest business goals, is my units goal. So 300 was the month before the June. I gotta step it up another 100. We're gonna do 400 this month. It's definitely going to be difficult. It's going to be a little bit easy though, because I have a big book sale coming up. I like how I just said it's going to be difficult and then it's going to be easy, but I have a big book sale coming up, so I'm going to be able to pull at least, I'm shooting for minimum 200 to 250 books, absolute minimum. I think sky's the limit. I'm going to have some extra people with me this time, and we're going to destroy this book sale without a doubt. Ideally, I want to be able to find all 400 at this book sale, which would be so awesome. But that's probably not going to happen. There are supposed to be 800,000 books, so I'm definitely going to have a video of me hitting this up. But, you know, that's just wishful thinking at this point. I'm already up 20 something books, got some serious profit off these books, so I'm already like content with my like literally day 1 of July. That was the first thing I was at, or day 2 actually, my bad. So I'm already, best foot forward. I'm getting going on this month. Another big key for me is, like I talked about before, when you're running your own business, when you're doing your own thing, you kind of get going in the, the day-to-day stuff, and you don't, sometimes take time for yourself. Like I said, with the exercise, that is something that I really wanted to put a focus on because of its importance just to your body and your well-being in general. And another thing that I kind of have, disregarded and not really put as much focus in as I really want to is reading. So I've been getting into it again. I used to read all the time, and I've set goals for myself every month. Read this much, and when the days come, the days go. It's just as fast, and when you realize that it's the end of the night, you're about to lay down for bed, and you're like, I didn't read today. So that's going to be one of the big things that I'm going to be focusing on. Not just reading in general, but just learning as well, because I have a couple courses that I've purchased, and I haven't gone through. I've gone through them just a little bit, but I've just taken little bits and pieces from it. One of them is an SEO course, and another is a social media course. And so with this, I'm going to dedicate at least 2 hours per night on learning for the first hour, and then application for the second hour. So this is going to be super important for me to, start applying this knowledge that I've been holding on to, and just learning more in general. You need to, grow, evolve. You need to keep moving forward, because if you aren't moving, you're dying. Like, basically, that's how it goes. Like, if you're not walking forward, you're standing in place, and the world is passing you by. You cannot stand around and do nothing. My one big business goal for Monetary Ocean is, in the month of July, I'm going to be releasing a 100% free how to sell books on Amazon course. So this is going to go through step by step, everything completely written out. I haven't decided. I'm definitely going to have it in written form. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do video form or audio. If I do video, then the audio is going to be there, obviously. But I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do this. I have the basic structure, framework of the course, but I want to make it easy and, so that anyone can do it, because this is a pretty basic thing you can do. And depending on where you live, some people are gifted in the fact that they have a lot of books in their surrounding areas. So with this, I want to be able to, people with the book selling, it really does not require a lot of funds to get going. I actually made a video down below of how to start selling books on Amazon for under $300, which $300 I even talked about in the video. I didn't even need $300, but I want to make sure to give an extra cushion just to, just in case, because you don't want to, to start a business, you have to have some starting capital, because you have to pay to play. That's the basic understanding of anything business is you have to spend money to make money. That's it, and that's all. So if you have a little bit more money to spend, that's just going to help you get your ball rolling much faster. And the more money you have to spend, the better, because you're able to scale up faster. So I just wanted to let you guys know that this will be coming in July at some point in time. Not sure exactly on a date yet. I'm working on it pretty much every day at this point to kind of iron it out, make sure the kinks are good. I don't have all the content laid out, but I know, like I said, I have the frameworks of, the different things you need to know for the book selling. So that's pretty much my June recap and my July goals. I will definitely be adding more things. I like to just kind of like add things as I go. And to keep up with that, highly recommend check out the Instagram. I'm always posting on that every single day if possible. I'm posting on there way more than anywhere else. I have a Facebook group, I have a Twitter, but I mainly post on my Instagram. Guys, if you stuck around this long, I super appreciate it. Drop a comment if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that. And until next time, guys, this is David Miller at Monetary Ocean. Don't wait, dive in.